Yo, what's going on, Bobby? Good to see you. I just gotta check the audio to make sure you can hear me. Got kind of a janky system here, but it works, so we're gonna keep doing it in terms of the audio. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming out. Let me see here. Pop this out. Hey, Bobby, what's going on? Let me know if you can hear me really quick. I'm just going to play this on here. Okay, sounds pretty good. Guess I'll turn off the air conditioner 'cause it's kind of loud. Ah, that's all right. Fuck it. Okay, so I don't know. Stream health's not doing so good. Anyway, so thanks for joining me this morning. If you're checking out the replay, uh, we go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. and every first Saturday at 11 a.m. But if you're watching this, this may be the final episode of the 11 a.m. live stream for now. Just because, well, we'll get into that. But if you're watching the replay, welcome to the replay, and check out. You can check out the video at 1.5 times or 2 times to speed through it. I'm just checking this to make sure it's still good. Sounds all right. All right. Yeah. So, what's going on? How y'all doing out there? We got Bobby chilling. Too Rare. What's going on? Coop. Um, yeah, just chilling this morning. Been thinking a little bit about Coffee with Mike, and I guess I'll just get into why I'm going to probably be axing Coffee with Mike for now. And I guess the first main reason is that I don't drink coffee anymore. When I went on that trip to Utah to see the national parks a few weeks ago, Grand Canyon, Bryce Canyon, and Zion, hey Alex, what's up, man? Good to see you. I stopped drinking coffee, so it seems kind of silly to have a segment or to have like a recurring live stream on the channel that incorporates coffee in the title if I'm not drinking coffee anymore. And that I guess that's like sounds like a really simple, basic, or maybe just like it doesn't even matter type thing. But I don't know. I just woke up today and I don't know. I feel like there's something I want to readjust with this portion of the live streaming, this portion of the content on the channel. Because initially I wanted it to be an interview style show where I was interviewing people. And we did that for a while. I think I had Brian, Tim, Jay, Hapro was the first episode. Um, yeah, it was really cool, and I was using it to more of like updates on the channel. But I think we can still kind of do that in another format, and it's just something I want to kind of reassess in terms of what I'm doing and the content I'm creating, I guess. And I just have kind of some other ideas for maybe not so much a live stream, but some sort of podcast that's live like this that I can, then use as a podcast, and some kind of podcast that's more geared toward interviewing people, maybe like a format like WTF where there's like a introduction segment and then an interview segment. But again, I don't know if that's gonna fit for what I'm trying to do and with the channel, and it might be a spin-off of the channel. But I just feel like Coffee with Mike's been a little bit. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I like coming on here. Or Whiskey with Mike, Tea Time with Mike. Oh, Tea with Mike. Yeah, that's right. I think we were talking about that. Hey, David. Alex is chilling. What's going on, guys? Yeah, so I don't know. I just kind of woke up today and was thinking a lot about this last night, and I had it on my calendar that I was going to go live today, and I don't know. There's just something about this the segment or the stream that I want to change, and I'm not really sure what it is. I don't know. Maybe you guys have some ideas. Maybe you guys like this like earlier stream once a month, and that kind of leads into the other reason I'm not really feeling this stream is because it's really early. No, because it's once a month, so I feel like it's kind of a weird schedule. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting the most out of doing things when I'm doing them like once per week, and I don't know if I can keep up this sort of interview style segment or interview style stream with other musicians or people once a week. I was thinking I could tap into some people locally or contact some people on a national basis or a worldwide basis. I did like an interview with my buddy Freddie a couple weeks ago that's coming out on his podcast. That was a lot of fun. Um, but yeah, I kind of wanted it to be more of interview style, and whether it's my own making or whatever reason, I've been having a hard time generating interviewees, perhaps. I mean, I guess I haven't really been doing anything to generate them, so of course it would be a hard time to generate them. But I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Uh, I'm more of a green tea guy. Coffee is okay though. Hey, Easy, what's up? This is like CBS Sunday Morning. Has a nice, relaxing feel to it. Thanks, Alex. Morning, Jazzy Mikey morning. Yeah, mornings. If there's anything I miss about having cable TV, it's CBS Sunday Morning. Coffee with Capro. Yeah, Capro. I don't know where he is. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe the morning thing is fun. Maybe there's some kind of can do some kind of morning update once a week that's not quite as long as the traditional streams we've been doing. And that's another thing too. Like the stream on Wednesdays is awesome because it's you know, Jay and I hashing it out, hanging out, doing some stuff with questions, just talking about whatever comes up, kind of a hangout, kind of a way to keep in contact with everybody and see how everybody's doing, which is awesome. And I really enjoy doing that stream, and I feel like that stream has some legs, and it's a lot of fun meeting up with Jay each week, and it's kind of our ritual now, and we hang out and, you know, do our thing, eat dinner, talk about, you know, because I don't really talk to Jay too much during the week. I see him on Wednesdays, and then if we have other special projects we want to do together, or if, you know, he's, you know, we're in a band together, so we jam occasionally, but that hasn't really been too much on the forefront, just because I haven't had any desire to really play anymore, like live. And then we wanted to play on the live stream too, but the connectivity at the studio at Bohemisphere Jay's studio is he doesn't have Wi-Fi, which is awesome because you can really get down to work there. But in terms of streaming, it's hard to, especially now with the leaves. There's not a great signal there because there's mountains and trees, and also you know, it's just not as easy to stream from there. So until we get that situation figured out there, that was something that's fun, you know, playing live on the stream, but it's kind of tough to do that with the stream health not being what it used to be. So I don't know, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like that is fun because we get together, we do our thing, we're both committed to doing it, unless one of us is out of town or something, and it's a lot of fun. Coffee with Mike I do enjoy so much. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, I don't drink coffee anymore. So it seems like an inaccurate title. And I don't know, kicking around some other ideas and titles, and you know, I don't know, maybe some kind of just quick update in every week, every Saturday or something, just a quick check-in with you guys and see what's going on, see if anybody has any questions on Saturdays or something, or Sunday. I don't know. I'm open to trying some new stuff out. I just think the one time a month scheduling of it doesn't really work. Because I think at one point, so Brian was going to come on with me. That was kind of the impetus for starting a regular Coffee with Mike segment, or a regular Coffee with Mike CBS morning news brief. But so Brian, he's a super busy dude, and our schedules just didn't line up properly to do it. So I think we said like every other week we were going to try to do it. Like he was going to come here, I was going to go there, but he lives also in New York, and I actually did a great interview with him that's coming out this month that I'm putting up on the 18th. So that's going to be cool. And I think I want to do more stuff like that, like more interview style stuff. And I don't know. I love the live stream stuff. I love seeing you guys and seeing and chatting what's going on. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. Got to figure something out that I can do weekly, I think, because weekly is really the magic. That's where the magic happens. And I think I've said that before on the channel, but uh, doing something every week, if you can commit to doing it every week, it's like band practice. If you can say every Wednesday at 8 p.m. we're going to practice from 8 to 10, you can really make strides in what you're trying to do. But if you have band practice like once a month, it's not always you don't always get as much done, and it's a lot harder to get things done that you want to get done, and you don't get any momentum. And I feel like with the live stream, with the channel, with the videos, like it's cruising. It's at cruising altitude. It's going great. I'm in a flow with it, in a flow with making the videos, in a flow with doing the streams with Jay. But something about this Saturday morning, once a month, first Saturday thing, A, I think it's a little bit confusing. And B, like I said, I think it would have to be once a week for a shorter amount of time. I want to check in with what you guys are saying because I saw David, those trumpets though. You could go 45-minute on mornings and Sunday, and yeah, that could be cool, David. I like that idea, like doing a shorter one that's kind of like once a week. I think that's really where, like I said, the magic happens. Doing all right. Having a rehearsal at the garage a little bit. Went to a killer show. Nice, dude. It does sound like a productive day. Oh shoot, David, feel better, my friend. I'm under the weather a little bit. I think I'm gonna check out that guy's reel to reel on Monday, actually, David. So I'll keep you up to date as to what goes on with that. Date tonight, nice. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Congrats, my friend. Yeah, so I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. I think some kind of more regular thing, or just completely shutting down the coffee with Mike thing for now until I can reassess what's up with it, and really commit to figuring out a schedule that works. And I also like this earlier stream because I actually do like doing it in the morning, and also I get to see some of you guys from the UK, Ireland, my European task fam. The European fam comes out strong in this Saturday morning stream. So, because a lot of those guys and people are sleeping at the time that we do the 7 p.m. stream, where they're like 5 or 6 hours ahead. So it's late for them. So I like catching some of those people, some of those guys coming through. So yeah, and I think just making a shorter stream that I'm not really sure what the theme of it should be. I did definitely want to do some sort of interview style podcast or interview style stream on the channel, because I have a lot of fun talking to people and a lot of fun talking to musicians about what they're doing, and the scene, and Spotify, and all sorts of different music related topics. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun talking to people. But like I said, finding somebody once a week to be able to do that is I guess it's doable, but I don't know. It would probably be easier to do something like a show or a segment where it's not live, and it's once per month I'd meet up with 4 people in a row and interview them, and then schedule those out for the month. So I don't, in terms of the streaming aspect, it's tough. It's tough because it's a totally different ball game streaming. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go down to Tarrytown. Not European Brexit, LO. Yeah, might have to go down there and see what up with the. So David sent a reel to reel to the channel. If any of you guys don't know, it's awesome. Fostex M80. It's explosive. It's an 8-track quarter-inch reel-to-reel, and David actually found someone locally to me in Tarrytown, New York, which is about an hour south, who has a Model 80 with the mixer and some other stuff, and calibration tape. I was just thinking like, oh man, what if somebody hears this and goes gets it before I do? But that's not gonna happen. And if any of you guys want to get it, go for it. But so. Yeah, so he's got it's a really good deal, and between those two machines, I should be able to get something going with that reel-to-reel recording stuff, which I think would be really cool. So, because Jay's been pretty busy, he has like a laundry list of amps and repairs at his shop right now. So, and he's also just a super busy dude as well. So it's kind of tough to get him or get a moment with him to look over the reel-to-reel. Though I'm sure we could do it and crack it open and see what's up. But it'll happen at some point. That's just a matter of when. But I figured getting that other reel-to-reel, like David was saying, I mean, David recommended it because you'd have a lot of spare parts and things of that nature. So that's cool. Cool. Just checking in on the stream health. Yeah, so streaming's funny, man. Like, it's tough to get this thing right, and then I got the AC on. I don't think anybody cares, but I guess I'm just conscious about all this stuff. I'm trying to make it. I wanted to get it to be the best it could be, but I guess it's all right how it is. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much what's going on with Coffee with Mike. Obviously, we're still doing live streams on 7 p.m.s. Live stream 7 p.m.s on Wednesdays, and obviously we're going to be doing live streams. Well, yeah, just that. I don't know. I'm kind of losing my train of thought. I just saw like a truck outside. I usually keep these windows closed because they're too distracting. But anyway, getting off topic. Gotta realign. Yeah, so live stream 7 p.m. as all you guys probably know with Jay, and then videos every Monday and Friday. And that's something else I was thinking was maybe bumping up the release schedule again to 3 videos a week. It really depends on timing though. So I got some things I'm reassessing with the channel. Definitely the 2 videos and 1 stream. Get ready for it. That's going to be the standard. But I'm going to reassess, take into consideration what you guys have been saying, reassess this Saturday morning stream. Because I think it would be really cool to interview people. But it's once a week, which I said is I think it's the magic. Scheduling or the magic schedule is kind of hard to do on this sort of stream. So you guys are gonna fly to Tarrytown. You could have short segments by yourself on Sunday, Sat mornings, and 1 interview a month. That's a pretty good idea, David. Damn, David's coming out hard with these great ideas. Thank you. That's a sick idea. Yeah, that could be really cool. Short segments. Yeah, I like that idea. And then having, yeah. That sounds cool because like I said I like the I don't know if you guys listen to, it's probably one of the most popular podcasts, but WTF with Mark Maron. He's got like the part where he talks by himself, which I think I'm getting okay at, and then the part where he interviews people. So it's kind of a two segment show, and something that keeps coming up in terms of the channel, in terms of the live stream is I keep having like this Freudian slip where I say the podcast. Other people have been talking to me about my podcasts and me doing my podcast, but it's like I don't have a podcast, so I don't know why they keep saying that. And it's like there's kind of this weird universe thing going on. I don't know, or it just seems coincidental that a lot of people and myself have been referring to the podcast. So I don't know, some sort of podcast involving me I think is going to happen soon. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say with the final episode of Coffee with Mike here today. Something's changing. I can feel it changing. I'm not really sure what that's going to be at the moment, but I gotta listen. I feel like I need to listen to whatever is going on right now. So we'll try it out and see what happens. Mike's monologue, LOL. Yeah, I like Mark Maron too. He's a funny guy. Very comforting. I don't know, something about that whole thing he does. So it got me through some really tough times at my job, and I had a lot of fun listening to those interviews, and I don't know, it just sounds like people hanging out, people talking, and it's just a lot of fun to be able to listen and just hear like how normal some people are, like especially because it's a lot of celebrities on there, and you just realize like these people are just like everybody else, and it's so funny because like you have these like ideas about them in your mind, and then you hear them talking about just their day to day, and it's really there's something really comforting about it. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is. I haven't really tried to explore what that is, but yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Some kind of show like that. I think it would be cool to interview somebody. It's just a matter of who am I going to be interviewing. I'm thinking musicians, um, but I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to do right now with this stream, with this episode, or with the future of this stream, this segment. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So I hope that's okay with all y'all. Um, let me see how the hell it's going. Good, sounds cool. Yeah, he asks all the questions I'd ask, so it's almost like an intimate hour. Yes, exactly. Hey, yo, what's up, Steve? How you doing, my friend? He said you're looking well, my man. Thanks, thanks. Yeah, I've been feeling good. I've been really turning things around, so it's been feeling pretty good. Um, Thanks for coming out. This is what I was saying with Coffee with Mike. We get to see some people from across the pond over here coming through. Yeah, Steve, just to get you up to speed, I think we're gonna be shifting the focus of Coffee with Mike. A, because I don't drink coffee anymore. B, because I've been having a hard time getting interviewees to show up. Right, I haven't really been contacting anybody, but um, it's one of those things where there's people in my life that I would love to do something like this with on a weekly basis, but people just have other commitments, and that's cool. That's totally cool. So I thought that I thought that the Coffee with Mike segment would be more of a interview style thing, but it's kind of turned into more of a solo one man band sort of stream, which is cool. But I just think it would be more fun to do more, um, interview more people, get some other people's takes on here, get some other people's opinions, and just hear from some other people, whether they're musicians or just creative artists or people. Could be kind of fun. So I don't know. We're just reassessing Coffee with Mike, reassessing the segment, reassessing the CBS Saturday Sunday morning feel of it, and it's gonna be good. Yeah, I quit coffee. Yeah, Coop, I agree. He definitely has interviewed a lot of cool people, and that's one of the things. Like, you can just go through his back catalog and find so many great interviews with, you know, I don't know, all sorts of different people, actors, musicians, politicians. Obviously, Obama was on there. Uh, yeah, a lot of actors, directors. Rob Reiner, that's a great episode. Billy Crystal, great episode. Um, he had Mike Watt on there. That was an amazing episode. Really, really, really cool, different collection of people, and I don't know, it's a really fun time. Yeah, I did quit Coffee Twin. Basically, what happened was I went to that on that Utah road trip, and we went to the national parks and such. And I just had a really harrowing 3 days of detox, and then I was great. I feel better than I've ever felt in a long time since I quit drinking coffee. I have more energy. I feel like I'm happier. I don't know. For me, like I just feel like it was really fucking with my head, um, and just prone to getting a lot of anxiety, and it wasn't helping with that at all. And I was just drinking way too much. I definitely have an addictive personality, and I was just drinking way too much, and I was also drinking way too much milk. I was starting to gain like a lot of weight because of how much, like, I think it was because of how much milk I was drinking. And I realized, like, I don't know, maybe I just like milk. I'm not even sure if I like coffee, because I was putting in a lot of milk each time. And I was up to like 8 cups a day at one point, and I wasn't really even feeling anything from it. I was just kind of, I don't know. It was just making me feel nuts. So I had to stick a fork in that. So maybe that's why I feel like I need to change this segment. But because I don't drink coffee anymore. That's kind of the big thing. Um, but yeah, so I detoxed when I was on that trip because I didn't want to have to like be running around someplace I didn't know, trying to constantly find coffee to drink because I felt like shit. So I manned up and just felt like really shitty for like a couple days hiking around the Grand Canyon. And then after that, like I said, it was like coming out of, it was like coming up to the surface when you're like underwater. I was just like broke out into the sunlight, and I don't feel that like, I didn't feel like heavy or anxious anymore. It didn't have a good effect on me. And like I said, I don't even know, I'm not even really sure if I was really getting that like caffeine bump out of it. I think I was getting more of like the cortisol reaction because I don't know. There's a couple of different uh, chemical reactions that occur in your body when you drink coffee. And I'm not like a scientist, so I can't really speak of them, but I know that one of them is like a stress release. It's just one of those things. Like anytime you take any kind of substance or use any kind of drug, you're kind of like you're having this short-term gain that could be positive, but the longer-term gain of that is usually very negative. So, at least for me, it was. You know, I don't know. I mean, people drink coffee every day. It's like the most used, I think, substance, caffeine. You know, but I'm not trying to knock that. It's just for me personally, it was like I just can't fucking do this anymore. But yeah, so it felt great. And like I said, there was a couple days where I was really shitty. I used to get like really bad headaches. And since I stopped drinking coffee, I don't get those anymore. Um, so there was a kind of a few health reasons, and then also just with the trip, it was like I said, like 30% of people, like it makes you shit when you drink coffee, as I'm sure you knew. Um, you know, pow, I shit my pants. That's like a Mark Maron thing. So like, you know, I guess like straight up, yeah, I just didn't want to be running around the Grand Canyon like having shit all the time, or running around Utah like, or every morning needing to like get my fix of like some shitty instant coffee, or you know what I mean? It was just like I just took it out of the equation, and I'm really glad that I did. Let's see here. You could get into ASMR, Mike. Make close-up videos of press play, rewind, fast forward on your 4 track, and recording the satisfying transport noise. Oh, I see what you mean. I gotta. I've never. I think I know what you mean. ASMR. That's like Let me. Oh, okay. Autonomous sensory meridian response. I'll have to. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what that is all about. Yeah, I used to get that like when you read like a really good book or something, or you read or watch like a really good movie, you get that response. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe I'll check that out. That could be a whole thing. You need more trumpets to get that CBS Saturday morning. You should buy a broken bugle and go crazy with it. Oh, that's funny. You say that. I actually have. I had this old idea. Maybe I'll still do it at some point. It was going to be called like Signs Across America, and it was going to be this guy. He was like a British guy. Like I can do like and I was gonna play him, and basically like his job is just going across America and like talking about different street signs, because there's a lot of different like you know like stop signs, yield signs, you know, but there's like so many different ones and so many like rare ones. Like sometimes you'll just be driving and be like, what sign is that? I've never seen that before. So I thought it'd be funny to do. This was just an idea I had a long time ago, and I never really executed on it. But now that I have like my camera set up and shit, maybe I could actually do it. It was way before I was doing like stuff and really getting into audio and photography, or like you know video and audio. Not before I was getting into audio, but I mean like you know audio that goes along with video. So now I think I could do it with my setup. But anyway, so I made this intro for that, and it's kind of like the British national anthem, but it's basically like trumpets. Maybe I could use that as my intro. I guess that's what I'm getting at. I'll have to see if I can find that. It's pretty awesome. But that was gonna be my intro for Signs Across America. Um, just one of those like funny ideas, stupid ideas. I just never. It's one of those things you think about. It's like I don't know. I don't even know why, but I just think that'd be funny. But if anybody wants to use it, go for it. Detox with Mike. Yo, that sounds like we could do. Steve, I'm good, mate. Thanks for getting me up to speed. You are the main act anyway. Everyone is here. Oh, thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. Trying to figure out. I feel like this is something I've gotten good at is doing the monologue or whatever. Because I would have never been able to speak like this at any great length. And I know there's some things I need to change still about like my speaking and my flow and my rhythm, but like something I really learned from doing YouTube, and I recommend to anybody looking to do public speaking or get better at just speaking in general or talking to people, riffing, just keeping it going, keeping a conversation going. I'd recommend doing YouTube, doing some kind of stream, even if it's you could do unlisted and just practice doing it because I feel like I have to be on right now, and entertain and just keep the conversation going. I can't just sit here and not say anything. I mean, that's kind of, you know, wouldn't be that interesting. And there's a certain rhythm and flow to it that I think you kind of need to tap into. And it took me a while to tap into that. I think this is episode 8 of Coffee with Mike, but along with the other ones, I think it's like pretty much the 50th, almost the 50th live stream. That means. So, it took some time, and also beginning getting on camera. But anyway, I guess what I'm saying is I like doing this now. I've always wanted to be like a speaker or an orator. I think that's like a really cool thing. I feel like I have a lot to say sometimes, but it gets caught up in my head and I can't really say it. So I don't know. YouTube really helped me with that. So I'd like to keep going with that and see where that goes. But thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Detox with Mike, let's do it. Try chamomile tea instead, relax instead of being wired. Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. I've actually been doing occasionally this thing called haymaker punch. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. That's being negative. But a lot of people around me are pretty negative about it. But it's basically like a cup of hot water or like warm water with like 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And the good stuff, not that swill you get in like the plastic bottles. I'm talking like $5-6 bottle, glass bottle with the mother in it, which is like, the basically the fermented, basically what makes it fermented. So it's got a lot of floral and fauna. No, that's not the right word. It's got a lot of like, it's really good for your gut, basically. And then 1 apple cider vinegar, and then 1 tablespoon of honey. And I get this local honey around here, and then the dank apple cider vinegar, and it's pretty good, but it knocks you out. So it's not really the greatest thing to because I was thinking haymaker punch with Mike, or haymaker with Mike. I don't know. But anyway, but the issue with that is that it kind of has a sedative property to it rather than like well, I guess that could be cool though. But that's the weird thing too, is that they say you can have it in the morning and it'll actually have the opposite effect. And I was actually over at Hapro's recently. I was talking with Hapro's mom because she had mistakenly drunken this bottle of basically haymaker punch that she got. It was like a kombucha or something, a kombucha flavor. And she was like, "I knocked me out. I was like asleep for like 2 hours. I didn't know where I was when I woke up." Like, and I was like, "Yeah, well, that's haymaker punch." Essentially, I was looking at what she had, and she didn't realize that it had like a sedative property. But if you didn't realize that and you were drinking those and you were driving or something, that could be not that great. But anyway, what I'm saying is I've kind of switched over to that at night because it's super relaxing, super good for you, and it has a sedative property. So if you're trying to fall asleep, which I don't have any problem sleeping really, but it's just good for you. It's the ritual. That's really what came down to with coffee for me, was the ritual of setting up the machine, setting up the beans, grinding the beans, or just grinding the beans at the store, whichever way I was doing it. Pouring the water in, like the cold filtered water going into the back of the machine, or into the French press, or into the teapot. This is like that ritual is like the super relaxing flow. You get into this flow of making coffee, and it's almost like it's almost like I enjoy the ritual of it more than actually having it. So it was kind of, I don't know. You need your rituals, I guess is what I'm trying to say is, and also just the smell of coffee too makes me think of like just getting work done. I don't know. That's kind of why I was drinking so much, because I was trying to get a lot of things done. And like I said, I would be like, just make a pot of coffee and then get to work, and it was awesome for a long time. But then for a long time, I just wasn't feeling that great, and I took it out of the equation, and now I feel awesome. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the haymaker punch coffee type thing. Let's see what you guys are doing over here. Nice, man. That's some extra box. Yeah, yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, definitely extra bucks. Like with anything, if you know, I don't drink either, so neither Jay or I drink. So like, you know, well, I mean, Jay smokes, so he kind of like has his vices, but you do save a lot of money when you don't do that stuff. Uh, well, I mean, coffee's not really bad. Drinking's not that bad in moderation, right? But yeah, you can save a lot of cheddar. So maybe I'll put that cheddar toward the reel to reel. Um, but yeah, but yeah, if that's something to really think about. You know, if you're in need of money, or you know, your finances are hurting a little bit, take a cold hard look at what you're spending your money on day to day. And if it's, you know, $5 coffees. I mean, not that I ever bought that. Never really go to Starbucks because I don't know. I kind of thought it was a ripoff. But like, you know, if you can make coffee yourself, that's pretty good. What's the point of going there? But you know, some people go there every day. You know, $5 a day. If you go there every day for 5 days a week, it's $25. Um, you know, that adds up. That adds up. You know, that's $100 a month that you're spending on just like coffee drinks that are, you know, in the moment, and that's cool. But you know, maybe you need that $100 to pay your cell phone bill. You know, maybe you need that $100 to, I don't know, pay your health insurance. Like I don't know. You know, it's like there's like there can be easier ways of generating money that you need by cutting things out of your life. For instance, like me with coffee. You know, I don't think I was spending much more than, I don't know, tens of dollars on it every couple of weeks, but that adds up, you know, like anything else. So I don't know, just a little piece of financial advice if you find yourself looking to come up with some extra money. Drinking too, man. Like people go out and drink. I was just talking about this with my wife, and it's like, you know, we don't drink either, so it's like, you know, people spend a lot of money on that, like each week. You know, depending on how much they drink. Some people have multiple drinks per night. Some people go out multiple nights per week. Like that is an expensive hobby, and it's something to really reassess if you know, if you're looking to get shit done, or you need some extra pocket change. You know, and really look at where that money's going, and these short term exchanges of your cash, like that shit'll bleed you dry. Um, Also, if you get stressed from coffee, you need to add sugar in it and to drink it with fruits. That fixes. Oh, I didn't know that. So some kind of sugar. But yeah, I wasn't drinking it with any sugar. That makes sense. Oh, Steve said, I met a friend today. He was asking how I was getting on with my 4-track. I told him it's kind of fell by the wayside. He then told me a great trick that Buddy Holly once used. It's apparently a makeshift echo reverb. Whoa, that's interesting, Steve. Is that so wait, he's the 4-track is a makeshift echo reverb? I would love to hear more about that. Maybe we could do a video on it. What's the trick? Oh, okay. Oh, I just see that now. Okay, I missed that part. When recording vocals, use the send to send it to a speaker amp, mic to amp up, and place it in a bathtub a couple feet apart. Route it back into another track. Oh, that's awesome. When recording vocals, use the send to send it to a speaker mic. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Yeah, so you're basically reamping the vocal in like a reverberous. Is that a word? Reverberous? I don't know. In a reverb heavy place. That's an awesome idea. We should do that. I gotta write that down. See, that's why Coffee with Mike. Gotta do it, man. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. All right, let me get my pen out here. Let's see. That's not gonna fall. Yeah, so I've been trying to have some other ideas here I gotta do. Oh, here we go, perfect. So this is the Buddy Holly. I'll remember Buddy Holly, and this will be in the chat later. So the live replay of the chat. Like I said, if you're catching the live replay and you're just joining this, or you're picking it up in the middle or something, you can always speed through the live streams 1.5x or 2x, because I don't really talk that quickly, so it'll probably be almost normal speed when you do that. But yeah, so, and then if you're ever watching the replay, the live chat now plays alongside the replay, which is really cool. So this is a really cool trick, Steve. I'm really glad that you're sharing this. I really want to try this. Buddy Holly. I'm just gonna put Buddy Holly reverb trick. That sounds dope. We gotta do that because I got a bathtub and I got a 4-track and I got a microphone, so we're gonna do it. Buddy Holly reverb trick with 4-track. I got some really cool ideas for videos coming up. I usually have a lot of drum videos coming up. There's something I'm working on, keeping it like a secret right now, but I've been able to go to Hapro's studio maybe once a week or once every couple of weeks. He lives kind of far away, but he has this awesome studio space. He at one point was really serious into making music and recording music, and I guess it's since kind of become more of a hobby than his main passion. But he's got this great studio space that he built out in his basement. So his family's been gracious enough to allow me to use it once in a while to do some stuff, and it's pretty isolated sound-wise too. So you can make a lot of noise down there, and they don't really seem to mind, which is great for me because I don't have. I think if I played my drum set in my apartment, I'd probably get arrested because of the proximity of how many people there are, and there's a lot of older people in my complex, and they kind of freak out about everything. So that wouldn't really work. But what's awesome is I can go there. I have my kit there. I've had my kit there for a while, and I can do some cool shit. So I made a shit ton of drum videos. They're going to be coming out this month. I just need to edit them and do some stuff. Just a lot of stuff with the 4-track, some stuff with outboard gear, because Catface, my 424 recording producer on the Patreon, has been requesting some videos on using outboard gear with the 4-track. So I've been making a couple of videos for them about that. And they also had a really awesome idea too, asking about bouncing with the 4-track. And I don't know if you guys know this, but there's basically a way that you can have an infinite bounce with the 4-track. Just gonna check in on my health here, because yeah, sometimes, because like one time I think last week or something, or last time we did this, yeah, it was the last Coffee with Mike last month. I was like talking my ass off, going at it, and then like I was talking my ass off for like a half hour, and the fucking thing had stopped, and I was like, God damn it. Because there's no way for me to monitor the way I have this set up right now. I have to monitor you guys don't care, but I have to monitor the phone on my computer. That's where I'm monitoring the chat because I have my phone turned around. I don't know. This seems to be the best setup for me right now without having to spend an exorbitant amount of time and money on some other setup. And I think it works great, but it's just, if you have the phone facing you, you can kind of see it, but the camera on the front is not as good as the camera on the back, which is why the quality of these, I hope, has been extended. But yeah, anyway, kind of going off on nothing there, so I'm gonna just shut up. But yeah, that sounds like a cool trick. But Catface was saying the infinite bounce. They didn't realize that with a 4-track, and this is something that oh my god, I can't think. Oh, John Vanderslice. He's a musician and producer or engineer out in San Francisco. Somebody I would enjoy interviewing because he's really into 4-track recording and reel-to-reels and stuff. So, and he's done a bunch of albums on it. I think one of them is called like the Life and Death of the American 4-Tracker or something. Cool album, all done on a 4-track, I believe. But anyway, so Catface was thinking that you can only bounce like 7 times, or you can only have like 7 tracks on the 4-track, and I was like, well, actually, no, you can technically, and I found this out through John Vanderslice and something he said in an interview or something, technically you can have an infinite amount of tracks on a 4-track if you bounce. You can bounce an infinite amount of times, as long as you have a track open. So that's a video I want to do. Is it's going to call the infinite bounce, and I want to see. But obviously, the caveat to that is, as you're bouncing, you're adding more hiss to each bounce, or you're adding, the quality gets diminished. So what I want to do is see how many times I can bounce it before it's just like unlistenable. Which I don't know, it might take like 10 bounces, it might take 100, which is, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting experiment. I'd be curious, yeah, how many times have you guys bounced on your 4-track before it becomes like unlistenable? I've always really just used my 4-track, 4 tracks. I never really got into bouncing because I had always heard that the quality got so diminished, or we would bounce out to the computer, bounce back to like a new part of the tape and add stuff. So like it never, because we were going for, I guess, I don't know what we were going for, but just best quality it could be, I suppose. I mean the 4-track is the 4-track, but anyway, so that's a video that's coming up. And then this one is going to be really cool, Steve. I'm pumped about this. The Buddy Holly reverb trick. You know what? I should probably just have this playing. Take the headphones. Oh no, just put the headphones down. I didn't realize that. I always forget about these iPod headphones. They're so comfortable in my ears. I just always forget that I'm wearing them. Anyway, so yeah, I've just been using that to monitor my audio and stuff. But so let's see. That's going to be a really cool one. Anyway. Thank you, Steve. Let me catch up here. Oh, cool, Coop. What's your podcast going to be about with the mother? What's that's going to be? It's going to be called. Oh, okay. I think it's called the Scoby. Yeah. Don't see why people get negative about that. I don't know. People just get freaked out. That's what it comes down to, David. That's about the haymaker thing we were talking about before. Oh, man, I'm behind here. Hot water ACV, yeah, that's the way to go. They just get freaked out, and they'd like, oh my god, that's so disgusting. Like, how can you do that? Anyway, I put a little in my green tea. Cheddar with Mike, nice. Cheddar with Mike, I like it. Yo, Matt, what's going on? We'll just eat shredded cheese on the live stream every Saturday morning. So that's right. Breakfast of Champions. Hey, Matt, what's going on? Grated cheese with Mike, nice. Yo, Noah Days, what's going on? Did you experiment with the tubes? Are you referring to the Tube MP? Like switching that out? I think you were saying you had switched those out, right? Reverbosaurus. Nice, that's a cool band name. Reverbosaurus. That's awesome, Steve. Skiz, what's going on? Oh, David, all right. I don't know if you left already, but peace out, David. We'll catch you on the flip-flop, my friend. Later, DBO. I love your ASMR mic idea for Mike. That would be Bobby, what's going on? Cassette ASMR videos. LOL. If you don't know what it is, search for it on the tube. It tickles you. Yeah. Maybe we could do something like that. Cookies with Mike. Oh, that's a good one. That would be a good one. Usually I'll record the first 4 tracks on the 424 and then bounce the mix to the DP. Yeah. Yeah, so that was an idea we're kicking around. Cafe's has got some really cool ideas. And since they're a producer on the Patreon, that's like the level. You get to pick a video per month that I'll do on the channel, or tell me a video that I should do, or ask a video I should do. And I've been falling behind on it. I feel bad, but I have them waiting in the waves. I'm actually currently working on that DBX one. That's going to be the Yamaha, not DBX, SPX 90. Cool piece of gear, but more on that this month, as you'll see in the videos. But Matt, yeah, we've been talking about I don't know, just Coffee with Mike, the future of it. I think I want to do some kind of more of a podcast idea, or some more of an interview style thing. Maybe something along the lines of like WTF, where there's like a monologue and then an interview. But I was also saying that I think the magic spot to hit is once per week, and that's kind of a daunting task with everything else that's been going on. And then I think that's why Coffee with Mike, I've been having, I just feel like the once a month 11 a.m. live stream is I don't know. I guess it's cool though. I mean, we were able to see Steve coming through. Some of our UK and beyond across the pond brethren, I think, are dropping in, so that's cool. Task fam from around the world, um, which is why I wanted to do an earlier. See, I almost said it again, an earlier podcast, which is why I wanted to do an earlier stream because we can catch some of those people from around the world. Because there's a lot of cool people that come through and have a lot of cool ideas about four tracks and recording, and it's good to make their acquaintance. So I'd like to keep those peeps in the loop, as they say. I don't think anybody says that, but um, cool. What else we got here? Yo, Flesh and Bone, what's going on? Coming out to Chicago in September. Maybe we can hang. Um, yeah, so we're doing that. I think we're still planning on doing that Chicago trip. I think that's kind of something that we mentioned a while ago. It's NobCon. We're going to be doing that one. I think it's in September. So, and I think we basically are using the any money that we have left over from the Kickstarter. I think we're going to use to finance that trip. So, if you donated to the Kickstarter, thank you so much. And we figured we'll keep the money that we got from that within the channel, within the realm of doing things with the channel, which would be really cool. So we're planning on doing that trip. I think it's going to be really cool. So Jay, what's going on? Oh, thank you so much. That would be awesome. Jay's coming through. Have you released your albums on cassette? Not at the moment. I had a couple. My deck broke down. I had this. I think it was Tascam 122. I don't remember. It's this weird deck that's like it was meant for. It was technically a 3-track deck, and it was meant for. It was using it for like presentations where you would have like a cue track. That was the 3rd track, and then you just had it was like a stereo deck. So I used to make some stuff on there and like give them out at shows or just like hand make a couple, but I currently don't or I don't know if you're even asking that to me, Bobby, but I haven't in a while, and I would like to get back into it. I just need to get a new deck. So that's my, but I also like haven't really, I mean, I guess I would like to just hand make them because I'm a kind of musician where I'll make 100 of them and sell maybe 3 of them, and then give away 5 of them, and then have 92 of them sitting in my apartment. So it's just not a great investment for me, but it is a great investment to if you're playing shows and getting out there. But I would like to. I'll probably hand make a couple and put them up on the site if anyone's interested, or put them up on the Bandcamp. Maybe I'll just do a huge compilation of the 3 releases I've done so far for my band, and put it up if anyone wants it. I don't know, figure something out. But I gotta get a new deck, so Mike's mid-morning matters. Nice, dude. We're coming up with a lot of new ideas for this. You don't have to drink coffee, Mike. Just call it Morning with Mike. That's pretty cool. I like that. Morning with Mike. Heck yeah, that's a good one, man. I think Matt has perfect attendance, and he comes up with these ideas all the time. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Oh, Matt, I was going to tell you. So Matt sent a 424 Mark III in to the channel. Had a couple issues. I guess we're going to fix them. The line out wasn't working. But I'm going to probably wind up leaving that one with Hapro for now because he's been wanting to mess around with 4-track stuff. And I might record his mom actually is a musician as well. She's kind of a hobbyist, but she's looking to record some tracks. So I think at some point I'm going to go over there and use the 424 he sent to record those guys, and it's going to be awesome. And I'm also going to leave that one in proxy at Hapro's because now I sort of have a satellite studio of my own. Like I was mentioning before, I don't know if you caught it. Been working on some stuff at Hapro's, some drum videos, some other stuff I'm keeping top secret for now. And yeah, I'm able to go there. So that's kind of been my satellite proxy studio that I can do louder things at. And Jay mentioned that maybe I should try to record some bands there, which is definitely possible. But yeah, it's like kind of up and running, and they're like so gracious and love having me there, just using the space because the space has been dormant for years since Hapro kind of I wouldn't say gave up on music, but it's kind of taken a back seat as it happens to most people as they get older. Um, but so yeah, it's gonna be cool. But what I'm saying is I'm gonna be using that 424 at Hapro's, so I might just leave it at Hapro's at my satellite studio now, um, and use it there. So thank you, Matt. That's gonna help out a lot. It means I won't have to lug mine back and forth, and it's gonna be for a good cause. Like you know, he's been wanting to use it. I'm gonna record some stuff for his mom that she wants to record for her grandchildren, so that's gonna be cool. Yeah, it's just like a really cool thing, man. So it's the gift that keeps on giving. So thank you, and it means I don't have to lug it back and forth, which is cool too, because I can leave mine here, leave it set up in my, because I have kind of have mine piped in on my Apollo all the time. So when I'm like mixing stuff or bouncing things down, so that's cool. So I appreciate that, man. I wanted to just give you that. Give you that one. Jay, it's too early for that, man. All right, dude. We'll catch you later, Jay. Jay's at probably at band practice right now, right? I've been making my own lately. I just got a Telex one-to-one duplicator. Oh, cool. Yeah, mixtape of your favorite tracks. That'd be awesome. All right, Bobby. I will do that, my friend. Haha, you laugh now every time you say Knobcon. Yeah, dude. You do. It's kind I mean, I think that's the whole joke of it, you know? Because they had to have realized that. Please check in my audio. My audio. Make sure it's still working. Yeah, it sounds good. All right. Cool. 1-to-1 Telex 1-to-1, huh? Oh, copy yet? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I gotta get a new I gotta get some kind of new deck because, like I was saying, I had that. I want to say it's a Tascam 122. Is that the one it was? Might not have been. No, it wasn't that one. I had this deck. Maybe it's 230 something or 233. I used to have a deck, and it was like a. It's really weird. I got it from actually Pat, my buddy Pat, and it was like like I said, it was this weird deck. It was like a 3-track deck because the third track, well, you couldn't really use it for recording, but the third track was, it was meant for, this is insane to even think about, but it was meant for like having a projection and then using this deck as your audio for your slideshow. So this is like way before Keynote and PowerPoint, way before computers. You would have like a cassette deck that basically the third track cued the slide to the music. I don't even know like where they use these. I'm guessing in like some high-end Manhattan offices probably. But it's just like such a strange. But anyway, that's what I used to have, and the thing just like it never really worked right, and then it just was like I can't deal with this thing anymore, so I got rid of it. So I basically need to get a new one. But yeah, we've been talking about Mike's morning jacket. I like it. That's awesome. I got to get one of those jackets with like the patches on the elbows and like a pipe. That would be sick. Nice. This guy's been making some mixtapes. Mornings on the flip flop. I like it. I like it. Yeah, we gotta. That's what this is all about. A little brainstorm session. I really wasn't sure like what we were gonna get into this morning, but yeah, just feeling like some changes in the air. If you're just joining us or you missed the beginning, I guess you could always go back. But Coffee with Mike is kind of just not really the vibe right now. Not really the vibe that's going to be working out. So just because, like I said, once a month is not really going to cut it, I don't feel. And like I was saying, like the magic. I think the magic happens when you commit to doing something once a week. Not that everything has to have magic happening, but I guess that's not the best expression. I feel like you get the most done, and you get something rolling when you're doing something once a week, whether it's you know exercising. Obviously, you should exercise more than once a week. I'm not advocating only one day of exercise, but what I'm saying is like when you commit to doing something, that's where the magic happens. Discipline and purpose is the two hardest things I think in life to achieve, and to um, you need discipline to achieve your purpose, and you need a purpose in order to develop discipline. So if my purpose is to live stream or to make a podcast, uh, the discipline is committing to that, and doing that what in a schedule I feel like makes sense. And I think once a week is traditionally the thing that makes the most sense, is the thing that makes the most sense for the channel. It's really what I think makes the channel what it is, and makes any YouTube channel, anybody who does anything, podcasts, any type of recurring um, show or channel or podcast. It's like if it's sporadic, or you don't do, or it's like once a month is kind of tough. I mean, this is kind of different because it's, I guess it just spits it out to everybody. I could go on live stream randomly whenever I want, right? I guess I like the structure of doing it scheduled, but I don't know. Basically, this episode is probably the last episode of Coffee with Mike. We're gonna reformat the show a little bit, which is so stupid to say, but because there is no format. But yeah, so we're just reassessing some stuff, figuring out what the best usage for a second live stream on the channel would be. Initially, I wanted to do some kind of interview thing once a week with people, but that proved to be way harder than initially figured out. So actually, David had a great idea before. He said maybe you could do like once a month interview somebody, and then the other 3 days just do a monologue or do this type of stream, because we were talking about WTF and that formula, how it's like, because that's kind of what I think, that formula is cool, and I think it works, and I like speaking, public speaking, and I don't know, I like riffing, and I don't know, we were talking about that before, but anyways, it's like, but it's really hard to get other people to commit to something like that once a week. So yeah, what I want to do is, but now it just hit me. Maybe I could pre-record the interviews. That's what Marin does, I think, and then he does the monologues whenever. So, or maybe he does them that day or something, or the day before. So maybe I could do something like that. Have a live stream portion of the podcast that's live with you guys and taking questions and shooting the shit. And then once a month I could try to schedule a day or a Saturday or Sunday where I interview different people for the month, and see if that works. I don't know. It's really easier said than done, and I don't know. I guess there would have to be some kind of reason to do that. I don't know. I don't mean to be like, well, what's the point, and be like nihilistic, or I don't know, negative, but what is the point of that? What would be the point of that? So that's what I got to figure out, and that's what you guys are helping me do this morning, so appreciate that. All right, let me check in with y'all. Oh yeah, Matt's got his stuff up at reveriepoms.bandcamp.com. You have stuff on SoundCloud too, right, Matt? I may have missed you saying that. Hell yeah, Mike. Hatbro can finally. Yeah, Hatbro, I'm going to give him some tapes, and if he has time. He's pretty busy on the farm over there. He's got this really pretty big farm going on out in Sullivan County, New York. So this time of year, he has no time, but I'm hoping when he does have a free moment, he'll check it out. I technically still have it here, but the next time I go there, and I'm going to set up that studio, and it already is set up. I don't know. We're gonna do a tour of it at some point. You might want to wait on buying yourself a deck. Hint, hint. What is that for real, Matt? Haha, Bobby, that's a good name too. Where can I check out your music? Tascam Taco Tuesdays. Yo, that would be cool. We'll just have like different tacos. Matt, are you really sending a deck, dude? That would be crazy. Then I can make some tapes for Bobby. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. You said you sent a couple more things. I have a few tracks on my channel. Oh yeah, the SoundCloud. I try to get in 20 minutes of working out a day. It's actually a great way to get wired in the morning, like 100 jumping jacks, 20 push-ups, Exactly. That's like a super healthy way to get yourself going in the morning rather than like using a substance, to do that. Um, I feel like that gives you more energy, I feel like that's what was happening to me too, is like I was, it wasn't even, the coffee wasn't even doing anything for me anymore. It was just making me feel like more tired. Like I was like, man, I'm supposed to be getting amped up from this, but it had this effect. Like it had almost the opposite effect. It was just making me feel stressed and anxious. And I was like, fuck this. Like, why am I even doing this anymore? And then the trip came along, and I was like, I don't want to be crapping my pants in the Grand Canyon. I don't want to have to be using, random bathrooms or shitting behind random rocks in Bryce or Zion. So I'm just not gonna fucking drink coffee anymore, or I'm not gonna drink coffee for these days I'm here. And I wound up just completely detoxing. I don't know. It just made more sense to me, and I feel fucking awesome. I gotta say, like, maybe that's not the case for everybody, but man, I feel so much better. I feel so much more awake, um, attentive, and I used to forget. I think I was just like getting a lot of anxiety from it. Uh, but yeah, it was fucking awesome. So, um, yeah, consider it if you need some extra bread now. Have a little extra pocket change too. I'm not spending my money on coffee. And like we were saying before, I mean, I don't really go out to drink for coffee, but people who do, if you spend $5 a day or something on coffee, that adds up. So, if you did that 5 days a week, $25 a week times four, that's $100 right there. Um, that could be a life changing amount of money if you put it towards something that you really wanted, or I don't know. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that shit adds up, man. Um, yeah, Coop, true that. I noticed that I always have more energy on work days. Yeah, yeah, hell yeah, like workout days. Yep. Yeah, I gotta start doing that. Really, what I want to do is, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I want to start going to bed earlier. I want to start getting up earlier, like 5 a.m., 4 a.m., working on creative stuff earlier, getting that stuff done so that I can do the other stuff I have to do. Um, well, not getting it done. I mean, I love doing it, but like, there's something magical I think about doing that schedule. And I've been holding on to this idea of performing out, performing live, and like I never fucking do it. So, that's why I'm like, oh, I gotta be able to at least stay up a little later. It's like, fuck that. I'm gonna start going to bed at 9 a.m., getting up at 5 a.m., uh, and then I'm gonna fucking play live on the channel. Fuck it. I don't need to go out and play. I'll just play to you guys. I'll play to whoever shows up on the channel. I don't know why I'm getting so heated about this. um, yeah, I think that'll make more sense for me, and I don't know. Just been trying to rack my brain. I would really like to perform live, but the live stuff is just so late around here, just anywhere. It's like it's tough to do that as you get older. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of going off here, going off the rails. Yeah, I've been slacking too, twin. Don't worry. Yeah, once you get into the ritual, you really do enjoy it, exercising, and it also becomes addictive in a good way, and your body like craves it once you get into doing it. It becomes like brushing your teeth, although your body doesn't really crave brushing your teeth, but becomes something that when you don't do it, you really miss it. And I gotta really do that too, man. I would love to start doing this different schedule and getting up earlier, and hitting it hard, so I don't know. It was supposed to be a surprise when donating a rad deck and a Walkman. What? Matt, that's fucking crazy, dude. Oh my god, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. That's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna definitely, I don't know. Oh man, that's so cool, dude. Thank you so much, man. I can't wait to get that stuff. I'm gonna definitely, that deck has definitely been something that, I was talking to Travis about it, my buddy in Nashville. He had like a deck or two I was gonna get from him or something. But this is gonna be great, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna definitely, maybe I'll start making some tapes and putting them up on the Bandcamp. Appreciate that, man. That's gonna be change my my workflow. And maybe I can use it as a mix down deck. I'll do some videos on like stereo bouncing and like as a mix down deck. That would be cool. Thank you, man. I can't wait to get that shit. Thanks, Matt. Have you done a video on compression and or EQ? Because I'm having a hell of a time getting the right sound, or if I'm even doing it right. Um, I have done a couple of videos on like mastering stuff, which involve EQ and compression. Um, are you talking about like a whole track, or are you just like track by track? You're having a tough time mixing. That's something I should do, honestly, compression and EQ. And do you mean like strictly with the four track, Bobby, or are you talking about in a DAW? I don't have any outboard compressors at the moment. I've been wanting to get like an 1176 or something at some point when I get some cheddar, but um, I do. I used to have the Art VLA Pro 2 or something. That was a pretty good compressor, but I wound up having to sell that because I needed the cheddar. But yeah, I can get Jay has some stuff. We've been gonna do some outboard stuff, but I can do a video on compression and EQ, like a quick primer. Um, but there's a couple videos. There's like a mastering video I did. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I always use the compressor pedal into the. Oh, really? That's cool, man. I've never thought to do that. I never had like compressor pedal either. Maybe Jay has one. I think he does. I think he has the MXR Dynacomp, maybe. Maybe. I'm pretty sure. Maybe we can do that. Yeah. Let me write that down. That's a good one. See, Coffee with Mike doesn't need to be it doesn't need to be an interview segment, man. It could just be a hangout segment. Well, the thing is, like, I want to do the earlier stream to catch a lot of you guys on the other side of the world, like I was saying. So that would be really cool. This is really cool. Um, Dude, that's crazy. In 1989, Nakamichi CR18 changing the belts. Thanks, man. I bought them super cheap on the Bay. Sweet. He changes the belts so you don't have to. Thanks, my friend. I guess explaining dB in general and how that works with compression and dB and frequencies with the EQ. Yeah, because I'm such a nice boy. Thanks, Matt. The MXR ones are fun. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yo, Joel, what's up, my friend? Oh, Joel, did you just show up? Yeah, we've been talking about the past hour about this. In the beginning, I was saying like I'll get you up to speed in case anybody else is still wondering too why the last episode. So Coffee with Mike originally I wanted it to be an interview type segment, interview type live stream where there was somebody else here that I was interviewing, but that's been proving harder than I thought it would be. So also I don't drink coffee anymore. So the whole live stream, the whole segment, the whole idea behind it, you don't want it to be like an interview talk show, just to hang out with somebody, get some cool stories, hear about what they're doing, how it relates to music and recording and chord tracking or whatever. But I don't know, man. It just hasn't been. I just like was thinking about this yesterday and then today, and something about it. I just feel like something needs to change about the Coffee with Mike segment. Because like I was saying, I don't drink coffee anymore. I detoxed from it on that trip in Utah. There's 3 days where it was like the worst 3 days of my life. Well, no, that's an over exaggeration. That's hyperbolizing. There was a couple days where it was just I just felt like shit. I was getting like headaches, and I just didn't want to be like having to shit everywhere in Utah and wind up having to find coffee because I was drinking a lot at the time. So I just like manned up, didn't drink it, and I came out of the end of those 3 days feeling like fucking Superman after it was out of my system. And ever since, I haven't looked back. I've been having so much more energy. I've been in the morning, especially. I missed the ritual, but basically, what I'm saying is I don't drink it anymore. Might change, the title. Kind of want to change the title into something else. I kind of want to start a podcast or have some sort of podcast element to the channel. Maybe something along the lines of WTF with Mark Maron, where it's a monologue and then an interview. I think that could be really cool with like a musician or a creative person. Um, and I just feel like it's something I got to commit to. Like at this once a month schedule of the live stream, 11 a.m. Just I think the magic happens, like we've been saying. You guys probably are tired of hearing me say this, but it happens, I think, when you commit to doing something once a week, like band practice. So, I want to commit to doing some kind of secondary stream, if that's what it's going to be, or podcast, or recording this as like podcast audio and then releasing a podcast, or interviewing people throughout the month and then releasing it uh, alongside this. I don't know. Got some moving pieces, trying to figure out what I want to do, but something about this just doesn't. It hasn't been. I don't know. It just hasn't been working for me. You know, I wanted it to be like a weekly thing, maybe with Brian, but it was just too hard for us to commit to that. Um, Wanted to have other people I knew interview. It turns out I don't know that many people, so I kind of went through all of them relatively quickly. I was thinking about opening it up to interviewing some local musicians and local artists, but then I'm like, well, what's the point? There has to be some. What's the meaning behind that? What am I trying to accomplish? Will people even want to do that? So, yeah, basically, I'm going through some changes. I want to change up the regular schedule of the channel is going to remain the same. Mondays and Fridays, the videos. Wednesdays, the live stream. Might want to bump up the release schedule, one more video a week. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure what I can commit to coming up. But yeah, so that's pretty much the primer, Joel. Been wanting to make some changes with this. Hasn't, I don't know. I could start just going. I do like this. A lot of people like the morning live stream, and I like it too. And I like to be able to see you guys come through from the UK. And Steve was here from Glasgow, which was cool. So we got our Scotland Task fam in the house. So yeah. Anyway, that's kind of what it's about. Later, twin. I'll catch you later, my friend. Tap order with Mike doesn't sound as good. That's right, Joel. That's right. Yeah, coffee, I was getting too anxious too, my friend. So I've been feeling a lot better, Joel. I've been eating my vegetables and not drinking coffee. I've been feeling really good. Later, twin. Real talk with Mike. Yeah, that's pretty good too, Bobby. We got a lot of good names coming up. Real talk, I like it. Make sure your UK fan can catch you, bro. Exactly, Joel. That's what I would think. That's why I want to still do an early segment, an early monologue, an early live stream, and then I don't know. Maybe I was thinking too, making it shorter. Maybe doing one that's Saturdays or Sundays at this time, and doing it once a week for maybe like a half hour, just like a check-in, see what people are up to, generate some ideas, answer any questions people have, and make that into some sort of podcast audio or something else. Um, yeah, because I don't know, that's just something that's been coming up a lot. Like coincidentally in my life, people keep saying like, asking me about how my podcast is going, or how like I keep almost Freudian slipping and saying podcast, and I haven't really been listening to many podcasts lately, but something is like pushing me in this direction of maybe I should do some kind of podcast. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be wrapping up in a second too, Coop. Gonna have to split in a minute because rehearsal is about to begin, and starting a project that mixes Afrobeat, reggae, and garage rock. Whoa, that sounds fucking cool, dude. You gotta link us to that when you get some tracks. Yeah, for all across the pond, brethren. I think it says it all perfectly. Yeah, real talk. I like it, Bobby. We got a lot of good names floating around here. I'm gonna have to go back through the chat, check them all out. Do something you want to do, Coop. I'm so happy to hear you're finally making your Afrobeat garage rock band possible. I'm super pumped to hear. That sounds fucking dope. Please link us in the forum or on the channel, in a video or something. Love to check it out. This time for 30 minutes would be ace. So you think at like so noon to noon 30 would be good. 17 to 17:30. I see that's when you showed up. Or earlier. Yeah, so I think 11 was the day. It was the time. Yeah, I gotta figure out. We're gonna figure something out for this. I think it needs to happen more frequently, but maybe not as long. Because we'll start. That's what Jay and I have been trying to do too with the Wednesday stream, is try to keep it to a certain amount of time because it's a long time for you guys to hang out. It's a long time for us to do the thing. So we just get carried away though, because people come in asking amazing questions, and then we go off on the questions, and it's a fun time. But yeah, we got to try to rein it in a little bit more. I feel like the once a month thing is just a weird. It's like a weird thing. It's like, yeah, first Saturday is at 11 a.m. It's like, who's gonna be like, okay, it's the first. Oh wait, is it the first Saturday? I don't know. Like, what does that even mean? You know. I mean, it means the first Saturday is when I go live at 11. But what I'm trying to say is, I think it would make more sense to say every Saturday at 11, every Sunday at 11. I don't know. I got to figure out what time's going to work for me. And like I said, if I start doing this schedule where I get up at 5 a.m., maybe we'll bump this shit at fucking 8 a.m. or something, you know? Fuck it. You know, I mean, we could do it any time. I mean, that's the thing with live stream. It doesn't have to be on a schedule, but I don't know. Maybe I'll start doing some more surprise ones where it's wherever. And I don't know if this podcast thing is honestly going to happen. It's just the thought of it is pretty daunting. Maybe I'll just do it on the fly. I'll just interview people on the channel every once in a while, release them like that, and I don't know. There's a lot to think about, and I just feel like something with this part of the channel, Coffee with Mike, served its purpose, and I feel like it's time to move on from there. Real talk with Mike. We had some other ideas floating around, and go from there and see what happens. So, let's see. Or earlier. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is prime time for bros all over. Okay, man. 11, aka 1600 GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. Nice. All right, Joel. Any word on the cassette chain? Is it fucked? Yo, Steve. I actually just sent. I finally got the cassette chain done over here. I don't think it wasn't the one Joel did, but the one that Matt started, actually. I sent that one out to my buddy David Paul in LA. I'm assuming it got there. I'm going to send him an email right after this is over. I'm going to actually open up my Gmail right now and make sure that he got it. He's got a channel too. It's just David Paul. And he does like 4-track stuff and other like stuff with his band on there, and a lot of reviews and microphone stuff. It's really, really good, cool channel. I like David a lot. So, but he's also a 4-tracker out on the West Coast. So, he wanted to get in on that project. And I think after that, it might be going up to Canada. Mike Forrester, I think David's going to take a crack at it. So, but I think that's the stateside one that's supposed to end up to like Joel or Will or somebody. So, I don't know what's going on with the other one. Yeah, 30 to 45 minutes is good. Yeah, I like that too, Matt. Easy, Stego. Yeah, where's the UK cassette chain? Agrees, because I record all your live streams on VHS. Thanks, Dennis. Appreciate that, man. You're archiving them for me. I don't know, mate. You heard from Will and Mike. You heard anything about the... No, I haven't. We gotta figure out what's going on with those guys, because I honestly, I fucking flaked on the one that Matt started here. I had it for like way too long. Honestly, I probably should have been the guy that got it last. But that's all cool. Whoever gets it last can just bounce everything down, I'm sure. Or they can just send it to me last. But like, I don't know. I just fucking flaked on it. There's no other explanation. I apologize. It was sitting in my house for way too long. And you guys did a really awesome job on that first track on there. And I finally had a chance to just like lay down some Digitakt stuff. It's very simple loop that I sent to David. So the US based one is now either in transit to LA or in LA, and hopefully David got it and is I gotta just email him. But I fucking flaked, so it was a tough project for me. And I was a little bit it's weird. I was almost like nervous about recording something to that. I don't know why. I wanted it to be really good, but then it was like the perfection thing, you know. Jeb was telling me last night, you know, perfection is the enemy of completion, right? Better is the enemy of good, Voltaire. So it's like, I don't know. I've been having a hard time like taking my own advice lately with certain projects I've been working on the side. So that was one of them, and I apologize. I really should have fucking cracked that thing out and got it moving a lot quicker. So hopefully David got some new blood on there. Hopefully he'll lay something down, and then the US based one will be cranking. Mike, have you heard from Will? Yeah, Will did the artwork on the pedal. So I spoke with him maybe a week ago when we sent in the pedal artwork to Small Bear, I think. Oh no, we sent it to I don't know, I forget the Mammoth. So like, yeah, I spoke to him like last week. I can hit him up. I spoke to him fairly regularly. I think Jay speaks to him fairly regularly. So, but yeah, boys, we got to get this thing. Like, we got to find where these tapes are. We got to figure out who's supposed to be getting them. Let's get this fucking thing cranking again. Um, let's do it, guys. Rally the troops. It's a really cool project. I'm really think it's awesome. Like what we've come up with so far on the tape that I heard, and I'm really excited to hear what happens with the track I started. So, let's fucking do it. What are we doing? We got to find them. Let's find them, boys. That's awesome. Like as a kid with my grandma, I recorded Saturday morning nostalgia. Been using VHS as a master. Nice, dude. Mike, all it needs is a little bottom end, no biggie. Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah, it sounds great, dude. Sounds great. I bounced down the tracks. Actually didn't have my stuff here. It was at Hapro's, and I just really wanted to get it done. So I bounced. I have like a stereo bounce of the stuff, but I'm not the all four tracks, which I really like to. I'm assuming the tape's going to come back here at the end, and then I'll bounce them all down and mix them a little bit, and like you said, give it a little low end bump. So you can also use a hi 8 recorder as a DAT as well. That's cool. I'd say it can go from Will straight to you and Jay to finish. Oh shit, so it's like almost done, huh? Alright, I'll see what's up with Will. Alright guys, we're coming up on the noon 30 hour, 17:30 GMT time. I think we're going to be calling it. We had a really great time today. Thank you guys so much for attending the last Coffee with Mike live stream. I think we're going to be changing up the schedule. I'm not sure. I'm not sure next week what's going to happen with it. I'm going to have to make a new trailer for the channel, figure out what the segment's going to be, what we're going to call it. Figure out if I'm going to do interviews with people. But I really appreciate all you guys coming down. So good to see my my bros, the Task Fam peeps in the other part of the world. And that's a big reason I wanted to make sure to do an earlier live stream for you guys, because I like hanging out with y'all. And it's good to see you guys. And so we're going to be making a change to these Saturday, Sunday things. I'm going to figure out, maybe it'll be Sundays, maybe it'll be Saturdays, I'm not sure. And we'll have to figure out a good time that works. Maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later, I'm not sure. It's also the time of day. And like I said, maybe it'll just be it probably is going to be a 30-minute, 45-minute live stream. Like I said, Jay and I have been trying to cut ours down to maybe an hour and a half, because we were going pretty hard, like 2.5 hours, 2 hours. Like it's a long time, and I realize it's a long time for you guys to hang out. But it's all in good fun, right? So, all right. Let's figure out what's going on with the cassette chain tape. I'm going to email David right now, make sure he got it. I'll email Will as well and figure out what's going on with the UK one, and then we'll go from there with that. Make sure you do something you want to do today. Thank you guys all for coming out. Thanks to everybody who's been hanging out and checked out the stream. And we're going to reassess some things, and I'll let you know when that's going to be launched. I'm probably not going to do it next week yet, unless I get like a really solid idea as to what I want to do exactly with it. I mean, I guess it would just be like this, but for a half hour, so maybe we could just do it next week. But I'll keep you guys posted. Check out the Instagram at 424 Recording. Maybe I'll post something on there. I'm trying to figure out that too, like what's the best place to post updates for the channel. I got to make a new trailer. I got a bunch of other stuff going on. So, yeah. Well, you'll hear more about that on Wednesday. Wednesday live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern. So that would be 12 a.m. GMT time. Yeah, we'll catch you on the flip-flop, all right? I'm going to check and make sure we don't have any other questions here. Matt, thank you so much for the deck, man. I can't wait to check that thing out and start making some tapes. Yeah, the cassette chain is awesome, man. We gotta make sure that we find it. I hope the stuff you and I recorded, Joel, is up to Will's standard. I get anxious thinking about it. Made end of an era. Take care. Thanks, Flesh and Blood. Yeah, thanks for coming through, and hopefully we'll see you in Chi-Town, September. Fucking awesome, your addition in particular. See, bro. All right, guys. It's all good, whatever you decide. Cheers, bud. All right, guys. Yeah, have a great recording weekend. Do something you want to do. Bobby, everybody that's coming through. So good to see you all, you guys. And we're going to figure something out for this thing, and it's going to be awesome. Record something awesome. Do something you want to do today. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Patreon you can hit up. There's too many things to tell, and you guys know all of it. So Godspeed, my friends, and we'll catch you on the flip flop. All right. I'm gonna email these guys right now about this. All right, I will do. I'll let you know when we're gonna head out there. I have your. Yeah, I'll let you know. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the flip flop, and Godspeed, my friends. Peace.